So people like Matt Walsh take a lot of pleasure in the fact that liberals and progressives find it really hard to define what a woman is.
If my mom who gave birth to me is a woman, and my wife is a woman, though I haven't asked her, maybe I should. But if they're all women, and also the boy who sits down with you and says, I think I'm a girl, actually is one, then what is a woman?
Yeah. Great question. I'm not a woman, so I can't really answer that.
Okay, these people look really stupid, and given that they're like in positions of authority over the subject, they should have a better answer. But you know what? No cap, it is actually kind of hard to define. At least for me. I mean, you can try. I mean, it's not just genitals, because we identify people as men and women without ever having to see their genitals all the time. So for day-to-day life, that's not a useful definition. It just doesn't match how we use it. If ContraPoints walked up to and had a conversation with a super transphobic person who has no idea who she is, their instinct would be, well, she's a woman. Because she so clearly is, but I can't describe to you exactly why. And this is annoying for me because I like clear definitions. I like being able to point at something and being able to describe exactly what makes it that thing. But then I thought, well, there's a lot of things that are actually really hard to find a precise definition for, but we broadly accept kind of what they are. Like, how do you define a forest? How many trees do you need? If you stick 2 trees next to each other, well, that's not a forest. Is 20 trees? Well, that's probably not enough still. 1,000? And I was thinking, well, I don't know if I'm using this term correctly, but maybe gender is a sort of emergent property? Like, there's some sort of complex interaction going on between our genetics, biology, the social roles we perform, how we present, how we feel internally, and when all of that comes together, you experience something that you recognize as your gender. As I understand, an emergent property is when like several individual parts get together and their interactions with each other create something new that is greater than the sum of its parts. Like consciousness maybe could be argued as an emergent property, but I don't know, using a term like that feels a little bit woo-woo. Like you only use it when you just don't fully understand the parts at play. And I started thinking about this more personally. Like I'm very clearly a man, right? At least I outwardly present as such, right? I'm much taller than the average woman. I have more body hair than the average woman. I am, and not to sound too much of like a fedora tipper, but I am unironically like pretty stoic and pretty unemotional and detached, which are traditionally viewed as like manly characteristics. I probably have like a pretty masculine energy about me. But does any of that make me feel like a man? And I don't know. I don't really know. Do I even feel like a man? What does it mean to experience feeling like a man? Then I was trying to think like of some scenarios maybe where I definitely feel like a man or I feel manly. And I actually did come up with a couple of situations. One, the process of growing a beard. So I shave about once a week. I do this because I really enjoy the stages my facial hair goes through during that period. From the 5 o'clock shadow to the light stubble where I can like graze my hand and it feels kind of rough and cool, to the medium stubble where I start looking quite a bit different, and then shaving it off just before it gets thick and annoying and starting again. Now you may think, well, why don't you just keep that sort of stubbly beard all year long? And it's because one, I like having variety. I think I look good clean shaven, but also experiencing the actual stages of the growth is genuinely super enjoyable to me, and I can't have that experience if it's just always a beard. And it's not just enjoyable, it feels enjoyable in a specific way. Like it feels rugged, it feels manly. I even get a sense of pride from it, which makes no sense. I'm not generally proud of stuff that I don't control, but this is one of those things. My beard growing makes me feel good. And the other thing is having an erection. And I don't mean that feels good in a sexual pleasure kind of way. Now there's something more than just that. There's a sense of like this powerful manliness when I have my throbbing cock in my hand and I'm just like, yeah, this feels fucking awesome. This is my dick. I even like looking at it. I'm just like, hell yeah, look at that thing. It looks cool. It feels cool. It makes me feel cool. It's so connected to me. Okay, this is going to be the last time I speak about my penis. So we could be here all day. Actually, I could do this every video. I could just ramble on about my dick. Yeah, I don't know. I've been thinking more about trans stuff lately. I should probably actually like read up on stuff instead of just mulling shit over my brain. But I'm not sure if anyone understands this super well, to be honest. Like the most confident thing we can say about all this, I think, is that gender dysphoria is a thing people experience. I don't know. All this shit is pretty fucking confusing, not gonna lie. But yeah, that's about it. See ya.